we're now in the summer phase at the conclusion of this season. We'll look back finally on this season, I think, in terms of knowing we maximized that team and saw a lot of great things. Obviously, coming within one game of Omaha was something that I think very few people predicted when the season started. Setting a school record for draft picks, I think, is something very few people saw coming. So I just think all in all, it was a very successful season, one we want to build on now.
Logan and Carmen, what do they need to work on this summer? I assume you pretty much counting on them to probably be starters next year. What do they need to do to take that next step?
I think strength and conditioning will be a big part of that. Both of them can get much stronger, and as players get bigger and stronger, they get better. So to me, I think as they put on good weight, become stronger athletes, I think you'll see that benefits them in a variety of ways. I think it'll help their fastball, it will help their command, it'll help the breaking balls. I think everything. I just think you'll see guys next year that are bigger and stronger, and because of that, they're better. Yeah, recruiting in baseball is still very unique. A lot of it is still done 2 and 3 years ahead of time. So a lot of the guys coming in are still players that we that we will be inheriting from the previous staff. We were able to add some. Mostly JUCO guys. We had a couple high school guys along the way, but at the end of the day, it's just a matter of you want your new players to come in and blend with the returning players. And so I think our recruiting classes, as we continue to move forward into the future, and the 20 class, the 21 class will be really where we start to have a full handprint, thumbprint on the impact of that class.
Mark Lawson and Rich Chapman were each drafted, but they've each said that they're coming back. First, are they healthy, and two, what steps do they need to take to be as good as they were this year?
Yeah, they're both guys that are nursing some things health-wise that I think we just have to continue to evaluate. So obviously we hope both of them will be able to help us next year. As they get better, once again, I think just they need to continue to hone their craft. Both of them have really good stuff, but need to make sure that consistency of command of their breaking balls continues to improve. When they do that, and when they're at the top of their game, they're both really, really good. They just need to be there more often.
What is TJ's plan for this summer, and just, I guess, how important is he to next year?
Yeah, TJ is going to spend a lot of time with Brainerd, our trainer, and also with Billy in our weight room. So to him, the biggest thing is, I think his game had evolved to a point where he was becoming a very good baseball player. Now we just need to make sure that he's spending a ton of time with the athletic trainers and with our strength trainers to give him his best chance for health moving forward.
I'm just curious what your vision is preference-wise for Noah and Jake as far as who fits where, infield versus
right.
outfield, and so forth.
Yeah, really good question. I mean, those two guys will almost work off each other. They'll both be looked at in the infield and the outfield next year. They may get heavy infield work all fall just to get a feel for how they're developing, and it may be a case of one guy may play in the infield and one guy may play in the outfield, and it'll be an open competition, and I think both of them have the ability to play in the infield, and both can be very good outfielders as well. So that gives us some flexibility, and now it's just a matter of how do those pieces best fit together.
Okay.
Mark, what's Chris Cullen next year? Does he remain a catcher, or is he a first baseman, or what's your plan for him?
Yeah, the plan for him is, once again, a lot of where Chris will play, because he is flexible position-wise, will have to do with the pieces around him. Who's playing first? Who's playing third? How are the catchers doing that we brought in? The great thing about him is he's able and he's willing to play any of those three spots. So you could see him at third, first, or behind the plate. And it's hard to point out to just one, but like you said, I think the comeback wins are, to me, the most impactful because I think it shows to our fan base that this team really had a lot of fight. So when you come back from down 6-0 and you win a game, to me that sends a very strong message of what our program is and what we want the culture to be. So I would say I look back at those moments as probably the fondest, just because not only did you get big victories and big wins, and we won a lot of series this year after they had, I think the number had gotten up to 10 consecutive SEC series losses going back to last year. So to win some of those series in the manner that we did, to me, that's what I'll look back on and say that was really important for us.